Alright, let's do this. Okay. I think I was talking about relationships. And since that seems to be like the theme, I'm extremely happy with the people that I am in contact with, the people who talk to me. I am very grateful for those that support me, that cheer me on, that, basically keep me going, because I'm a kind of a mess, so and for the longest time I thought I thought everybody felt this way. I thought everybody, that I was not unique in any way, shape, or form. And I didn't even think, here's the thing, I didn't even think that I thought differently. I thought everybody thinks the way I do. They've already worked out all these things that I'm trying to, figure out for myself. And, they've already picked the best method to proceed. And it took me the longest time, because I really didn't understand. I didn't understand people. I didn't understand motivation. I didn't understand when people would hurt themselves, would actually cause themselves harm, so that they could feel in control, I guess is probably the best way. Even if they weren't in control. Because nobody really wants the control, because they don't want the control because they don't want the responsibility of having that control. They just want to dictate how things are going and what people are allowed to do and everything like that. But they don't care about the responsibility of that control. They don't care, to put that in a broader context, they don't care about the person that they're controlling. They don't know what they're going through. They don't know how this. And here I am talking about what other people do, because I spent my life, trying to understand it. I personally do not want control. And it's not because I don't want the responsibility. I feel that I'm already responsible for enough. And that people should take their own personal responsibility. And if they're doing their own personal responsibility, then they should be in control. I get upset I get upset when somebody tries to take my control away and still hold me liable or responsible. You can't hold me liable. I can't be held responsible for what you're in control about. I think of it sometimes as like, the army. They control you. You get orders for a reason. That's how it works. And, the army itself, it goes to, I guess your sergeant and, to lieutenants and, captains and majors and admirals and whatever. But all those people making the decisions, they're responsible for the actions of everybody down under their command. That's why it's under command. It's literally control. If somebody under their command doesn't follow orders, they have lost control. And that person is now responsible for disobeying orders, obviously. They're now responsible for their actions. And it could be getting people killed because you didn't follow orders. Now, you could follow orders and it could get people killed. But now it's where you absolve yourself of the responsibility because somebody, basically took control. I don't have a CO. I don't have a commanding officer. I have personal responsibility. So it's not like I'm disobeying orders, but I'm disobeying all orders except for my own. So now I am personally responsible for anything that I do. And it's taken me a long time to realize that other people don't have that. It's like they don't figure it out. If you don't want the responsibility, don't take control. Don't dictate what others should be doing. It just boils down to being that simple. I don't even consider this rocket scientist. It's just how I feel about the whole situation. It's how I live my life. And I try to be that example. I wouldn't want a single person to tell me who I am allowed to love. Especially if it's consensual. Because consent is very sexy. If I have two adults love each other very much, if I'm one of those adults, I don't want anybody to tell me that I'm not allowed to love that person. And the only time I say that you're not allowed is for people under the age of 18. You are under control. You are under the control of your parents. Whether your parents take the responsibility for you or not is beside the point. They're responsible for you. Your parents are responsible for you until you are an adult. Until you are responsible for yourself. The good news about that, the good news about what it should be, is that you can't be a consenting adult can't consent. You don't have that control. You don't have that power. You are like in the military and you have to follow orders. You have to follow your parents' orders. And if your parents can't do that, then you have a higher power. And it goes all the way up. Just like there's a chain of command. If your parents can't take care of you, can't be in control, they will put you in the place where you are somebody is in control. That's how it works. Or that's how I see it working. The other exception to the two consenting adults is somebody who is mentally deficient and cannot make those decisions themselves. Even if the court deems it wrongly and the person can do that, somebody else is in control. And it's sorry to say it like that, but that's how it works. They are in control. That's all it is about. So this whole thing is about. Everybody, I see everybody in control. Even your sergeant, when I talk about sergeants and majors and everything like that who are in control, I consider them all in a small way bullying. The only reason it's not bullying is because you consented to this. You agreed to having the responsibility taken away from you, and they are now responsible for you. And once they're responsible for you, they're in control. But there is an abuse of power. All that stuff exists. That's why I said they can become bullies. Not the ones that hurt your feelings, the ones that actually bully you. The ones that are actually telling you to do things that you physically do not want to do. And yes, there is where you have to make a judgment call that, actions becoming a soldier or following orders. And you really need to, each one of us needs to make those decisions. I don't like to give up control, ever. I like to be in complete control over everything like that. That's why I would have sucked in the military. I would have questioned orders all the time. I would have been horrible. There are certain things in the military that I probably would have done right. There's definitely the thing that I agree with, which is that there's definitely a thing that I agree with, which that once you consent to somebody else having the responsibility, I kind of absolve myself from most responsibility. I mean, like I said, I've seen a few good men. I know what happened. I know that they were under orders, and a person died under orders, and they were still stripped of military service because of actions unbecoming a Marine. I mean, that makes perfect sense to me. it's, would have meant disobeying a direct order from a higher up, and possibly having court-martialed. Every time somebody disobeys an order, they are taking the responsibility of what that disobeying of the order means. And hopefully, our soldiers realize that disobeying orders usually gets somebody killed. The effect of disobeying an order is probably the worst one. And that's how it's supposed to work, right? That's how it's supposed to be. Taking a little longer ride in. I think this is going to be a bumpier ride. My memory serves me correctly. Yeah, already bumpy. But that's, I said, I live my life like that. I have never had military service, so. I had a very strict household. Closest to military service that I got. I respect, I honor, I thank, I'm grateful for the men and women who serve. All of them. I support the troops. I don't usually support war in any shape or form. I don't support most orders given to our service members. Because I feel that military force is last resort. I'm not saying it's not necessary. In fact, I think it's very necessary. But I also think that it is basically a hammer. And political things, and high tension areas, and I think that we should exhaust all diplomatic avenues before the use of the hammer. I think we have screwdrivers and wrenches and other tools that we can use in our tool belt other than a hammer. And one of the problems that I've always seen, especially about the United States of America, is that it has used the hammer to solve most problems. Because they say the only tool you have is a hammer, every problem becomes a nail. use it as a solution, they will basically just take advantage of it and want more. Especially ones that harbor terrorist attacks. And that includes within our own country. Domestic terrorism does exist, and we should not, this is not something that we should have diplomatic, ties to. People who use violence, I believe we should take down with the use of force. Like I said, I'm not against the use of force. I think that we try to solve a lot of problems with it. We turn a lot of our problems into nails. Not that there are no problems that are nails. That was very, very bumpy. There are some problems that are just nails, and we have to basically hammer them down. And the hammer should be swift. The hammer should be swift, and that's how I feel about it. It's like my take on capital punishment. I support capital punishment, but not for the reason that most people do. I think that most of the people who are incarcerated should be released from jail. I think that we are incarceration happy, and that should not be the only sole punishment for imprisonment should not be the only way that we treat criminal activity. I think incarceration is torture, it's inhumane, and it's for the most part it's basically just slave labor. And I believe that it's one of the reasons why it is so unevenly black, and so and it's designed that way. Not that black people are more criminal, because they're not. They're actually less criminal. Impoverishment doesn't mean criminal activity. Doesn't equate to criminal activity. But I also believe that there are some people who cannot be in society and should not be in society. I'm a little harsher about it, but it doesn't change the fact that giving somebody the death by incarceration is, to me, the same as giving somebody death by lethal injection or death by electrocution. It's still a death penalty. And I just believe that death by incarceration should stop. I don't think that criminals should become better criminals by being incarcerated. That's basically what there's no rehabilitation. It's just, this is where you learn to become a better criminal. That's my feelings on it. Death by incarceration is just wrong. It's inhumane, it's torturous, and it should not be. It should not be a way. It's not even. It's not even an effective punishment. There is no recorded thing of where it's been an effective, rehabilitating punishment for any criminal incarceration. I'm at work. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a fantastic time doing it, and you're not thinking about jail. Not thinking about the prison, the United States correctional system. We are for United States is first in the number of weapons we have, or our military might, the military-industrial complex. We are number one by far. We are number one in the number of people incarcerated and the number of people who believe in angels. We are not even in the top 10 for most other things. And that says a lot. Those are the three things that, and somebody says that we're number one, those are the only things that we're number one in. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you're having a fantastic time doing it. I've already said that. As always, if you write cool beans in the comments below, that will show that you've watched this video all the way to this point. That's 27 minutes. Wow. Congratulations on making 27 minutes of me rambling. But yeah, if you rate that, it will mess up. It will show me that the analytics are all wrong, which I don't. It's not like I don't already know that, but I like to have the proof, and continual proof is fun. It could also show me that the analytics are actually right for a change, which, that would surprise me. But I'd rather. That's a pleasant surprise. I'd rather have those. But as always, take care. All right.